ourselves a good one tonight, folks. A box office matchup, nationally televised in Canada and the US of A. You got McDavid versus MacKinnon, Bouchard versus Makar, Draisaitl versus Marty Necas. I like our odds in that one, but should be an entertaining contest. On one hand, you've got the Edmonton Oilers, who suddenly on Sunday night looked like an all-around sound team. Where the hell's that been all year? Taking on the best team front to back all season long, number one ranked Colorado Avalanche in their home building. Nonetheless, the Oilers continuing their murderer's row of a 3 games out of the 4-game road trip, or murderer's row, I will say.
Blues are playing well.
It's a late one. Hope you got your coffee. Hope you got your Red Bulls. I brought Monster Energies for the boys, which Menzies doesn't drink energy drinks.
I've never had one before.
Shout out to him. He's better than us.
I am a temple. This body, no poison goes in this.
What's in that cup over there, my friend?
Yeah.
Either way, hello, what up, and welcome to PreGaming with Bordzy. It's brought to you by Bet365, 19 plus. Please play responsibly, because whatever the moment.
It's never ordinary.
At Bet365, finishing each other's sentences now. What up?
It's like we're finishing each other.
Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. Joined by the one, the only, the BBL, and Michael Menzies attached along with him. Producer Brett Holden behind the scenes. Boys, I'm re-energized. It's a late one. I went home earlier this afternoon. I do have to apologize. I missed this afternoon's Jeopardy game with the fellas.
Holden hit Final Jeopardy.
Whoa.
Oh, I killed it.
Yeah.
What was it?
It
Books
was
and authors.
Books
I
and
don't believe
authors.
a word
He
you
did.
just said.
He did get it.
The Invisible Man. Who?
Nancy Drew?
What 1897 book saw the main character enter an inn covering his face?
In bandages. The Invisible Man.
Yeah, Brett got it. I'm serious.
Shout out to my boy Bert. That never happens.
I just know my horror actors.
Attaboy. Well, I'll admit it. I apologize that I was not there, but it's wild. I went home this afternoon, and then I came back, and I said to Brett, I got such renewed optimism and everything about this Edmonton Oilers team. We're gonna live in fantasy land for a little bit during the show.
Sure.
Why
It's
not?
on the West End.
That's amen. Have you ever stayed in Fantasyland before?
As a child, yeah, that would be a big, family holiday.
Me and
Vermilion to the West Edmonton Mall.
Me and
Seriously.
and also we talked about we got Vermcella coming up this summer.
Vermcella, end of July.
Shout out. I once stayed in the Roman Room. I went with a bunch of my buddies. It was like night on Bourbon Street. Went over there. It was a good time with the boys.
I heard it's sick.
Rub-a-dub-dub, couple boys in the tub.
5 feet
There's
apart,
a sick
though.
ass tub in there.
5 feet apart.
It's definitely a Roman
There
room
wasn't.
then.
But Menzies, how we doing? I haven't hosted a show with you since I came back. I appreciate you holding it down on Friday night. You're wearing a sick jersey tonight, and I feel underdressed, even though shout out the sauce.
Stupid microphone. That's the one thing I told you about hosting was the mic never moves on here. I don't know if the floor's not even. I don't know what it is. I was farting around with it. You see me on After Dark farting around with it. No farting around over there. Let me tell you, this is a big one tonight. You don't need... Look, if you need extra for this game, you're not a hockey fan, all right? The storylines make themselves here. You talk about litmus tests. Well, finally, this is like a 14th century alchemy situation. This is the test. Can we turn bad into gold? That's what they're looking to do.
We talk about it a lot, where this season, if you just logically looked at tonight, you would say, oh yeah, this one ain't going well for the Edmonton Oilers. But they have zigged when they were supposed to zag all season long. And I feel like that's something we might see this evening. The Oilers, hey, if you believe in them, go to Bet365 right now, because you're never going to get this good of odds for the Oilers on the money line. But first things first, chat, how's everybody going in here? I see Austin's in, of course. Sasky Girl Oil said she needs a W from the boys tonight. Big effort and all. Fire me up, Bordzy. We said it a lot on Sunday. Give me a cup year.
Cup year.
Yep, we're so back, baby.
You picked Waz for Sunday, and that was a good call, because Waz, forever the optimist,
Yes.
He comes in with that ethereal, like a Polish priest. He comes in spreading the good news, and he comes in at the right time, perfectly slotted here. Not for me and my, I don't think I fit in a cup here till about 25 minutes in, and I was like, we're being a little negative here.
Oh, it felt so good, though. That day, I will tell you, that was a long day.
That was a long day.
The Edmonton Oilers just got, like, score clock didn't say they got pummeled, but they got worked in that game. And then we had to do After Dark, and I was just sitting here going, this sucks. This sucks. And then once we got the first cup you're in, I was like, ooh, it was like a shot of espresso. I was ready.
Yeah.
Gets the blood pumping. I shouldn't be happy that you guys were in so much pain. Well, I was having the greatest time out in Toronto.
In the summertime when the weather is just going nuts. Isn't it nice? The puck is not dropped. We're past 7 o'clock. The sun is not down.
I gave the jeans to daylight savings time on Sunday night, but now that we have moved past it, it actually is positive. Yeah, Brett, you can keep
this
that.
Is the real
keep
time.
That open now. That was nice.
This is the real time. Let's quit it.
I'm getting that spring energy, getting that. It's not playoff hockey yet, but it's basically playoff hockey for the Oilers right now. Brett, that was sick what you just did right there.
That just went all the way up, and I'm so sorry.
You don't know how to get it back down now.
Yeah,
We're never going to get it back. But chat, shout out to all you guys. It's going to be a late one, so stick with us pre-gaming. Obviously, Oilers Nation After Dark later on. The voicemail line will be active, and it'll be late. That usually means we go off topic. And if the Edmonton Oilers decide to fuck around and win this hockey game tonight, oh, baby, I'm going to be peddling a little Kool-Aid to you, to everybody, because it's time to believe. But let's pick it up from Sunday night. You obviously weren't able to do After Dark with me, and what a win on Sunday night. The Oilers grabbed 2 points that they desperately needed, not only big in the Pacific Division standings, but felt like a big win confidence-wise for the boys in the room. Hell, even us as fans, we needed to see something like that. And yes, the Vegas Golden Knights, they've had their struggles throughout the season, especially taking on other good teams. But this was a solid effort from the Oilers against a division rival. I felt like the Oil defended really well. And then obviously it was led by depth scoring. There you see it on the screen. Trent Frederick got on the board. What up? Vasily Podkolzin scored his 15th of the season, a career high, and we've talked about him a lot over the last 48 hours. And then on top of it, solid goaltending from Connor Ingram. And yes, while the Oilers did have some miscues defensively here and there, I felt Jake Wallman still struggled, Darnell Nurse still struggled. Even though he led the Oilers in total ice time, it was because Matthias Ekholm was under the weather. Overall, big win. Big confidence builder in a very tough stretch here for the Edmonton Oilers. What was your breakdown? Thoughts, feelings, concerns? I was driving home on Sunday night, night crawling, as I describe it to the people, with the windows down, and I was sitting there going, son of a bitch.
So it was a normal night.
It was a regular evening. It was a regular evening. But son of a bitch, could this team just flick the switch and play like that every night? We might not have an early summer this year. It could be a long spring.
Is there a go-to song that you play in your drive home, a win song?
Win by J-Rock. Win. Oh. F everything else. That's it. It used to be like Pink Pony Club during the playoffs when I drive Brad back. Windows down. It's beautiful.
Those vibes.
Just screaming as we're driving out of here.
Downtown Edmonton. I was going to say downtown LA. Downtown Edmonton. Just like dead. Like the streets
Nobody's
are dead.
on the street.
But people are going to the bars and stuff. We're leaving Greta. And it was unbelievable. Those
and now
were the
I can't
best.
listen to the song whatsoever. It makes me so sad.
Nope.
What's your win song?
Well,
like La Bamba, obviously.
There's
That's
been a
too
couple. A consistent one is taking care of business. A little PTO, get up every morning from the alarm clocks warning. You know it. We had one with the Pontiacs that really stuck, which was Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, which is a good win song.
I'm out on country music. I'll stay consistent.
I'm not a country music fan.
This guy went to the ranch and just waited until after when they played all the Albatross.
Pitbull, like Timber, and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm not a country music guy, but I can appreciate that. And you wouldn't think necessarily it's a great win song. Rasputin.
Oh, yes.
Oh, totally.
Get me going. Absolutely.
Let's do. Hey, also, we got Nation Night Out on Friday. Karaoke afterwards. We in now, boys?
Okay, fine.
Okay, chat.
Pull my
You
rubber
didn't get your
arm.
tickets already. You're missing out. don't worry, we'll be out all evening long. But yeah, solid performance from the Edmonton Oilers. And now,
I love it. I didn't give any analysis about the game. It was a good game.
Solid game.
Good game. You got a couple bounces, a broken stick, an offside. You take advantage of those, and you play structurally very well. It would have been nice to beat the brakes off them with the 3 posts and crossbars that they hit. It would have been nice to not have pizza, pasta, and so much more and make it a 1-goal game down the stretch late. But what do? They found a way, and I thought it was absolute cowardice from Cassidy. That's the coach. DeBoer's
you chirp whoever you want.
He's our coach next year. No. Cassidy waving the white flag, not pulling the goaltender down too, I thought was absolute cowardice. Cowardly. You're not in the World Championships playing for goal diff. Like, what are you doing? So, anyway, there's a few thoughts.
Coward, just like his old man. I don't even know his old man, but that's always the line that I use, and that'll get under someone's skin immediately.
Yeah.
You know, coward, just like your old man. And then turn your shoulder, walk away. Or get punched in the face after you do something like that.
Yeah.
But continuing with my night crawling on my drive home, the other thought in my head was, son of a bitch, this team totally does control their own destiny. And it's a ridiculous notion. It is a messed up strategy to deploy for 63 games. But join me in fantasy land for just a moment, because
I got a room.
What if the Edmonton Oilers just flick the switch right now? And it's not the most absurd notion. They've done it year after year. We've seen them just run through the Western Conference, specifically last year in the NHL playoffs. It's not unfathomable to think it, and we've heard them talk about it all season long, and it's angered a lot of us that we know when we need to play our best hockey. The time is now for the Edmonton Oilers, and yes, this is purely optimism. This is what pre-gaming is all about. First place in the Pacific Division is entirely possible right now. The Oilers have so many division games left on the schedule, and thank our lucky stars every single day that we live in the Pacific Division. To quote Kevin Garnett, anything is possible.
Yes.
Shout out Jason Tatum. Did he try and steal that one as well? And yes, you understand there's holes for the Edmonton Oilers. There's reasons for optimism. There's been glaring holes all season long. You needed your defensive shutdown centerman. You needed a shutdown right-handed second pairing defenseman. You're trying to still work on that goaltending, but you might have something here with Connor Ingram. And there's plenty of reasons for optimism right now. It's not just Kool-Aid. I tell you, the Edmonton Oilers win this hockey game tonight, and there's going to be a much different mood around Oil Country and Oilers Nation.
Absolutely.
Fantasyland.
Absolutely. Well, for sure, because ultimately, the past doesn't matter. The first 60-odd games don't matter. What happened last year didn't matter. What happened the year before didn't matter. Sometimes I think there's been too much comparison to the last 2 years. One part of Draisaitl's quote as he left for the Olympic break that I thought didn't get enough play was that we're a different team. And I think everyone, as we come to grips with that, accept where they are, take them as they come, and evaluate them where they're at. And I think that is where, if they can start to click in, like we see them do against Vegas, look, they don't even have to play that well, and they could be in the conference final. I mean, that's in the range.
It's there for the taking.
Of scenarios. But don't get it twisted up. They're playing a historically great team at the moment. So this is going to be fascinating tonight, how they respond to that. And look, even if they don't win tonight, well, fuck, they got another game. They got another game on Thursday. They play again Friday, and they got to park it. Take what Ingram said. Look, we're happy about the win. 2-hour rule. We got to move on because bigger and grander things are still ahead. But this will be a fun one if you like the game of hockey, and I presume you do.
It should be entertaining. There should be some firepower. I want to bet this game to go to overtime, because it's
Feels
late
like
as
it,
absolute
doesn't it?
shit. The Oilers and Avalanche always go to overtime, and just kind of has that feel to me right now where the Oilers, I do expect them to elevate their game tonight. And yes, all these things about them going on a run, logic would dictate maybe that wouldn't happen tonight against the Colorado Avalanche, but You got 97, you got 29. It is go time for these guys.
I'll just evaluate, and literally, and I know this is from the cliche factory here, but one game at a time. They can't win the cup tonight, right? They can't lose the cup tonight, right? But let's see if they can continue to build on some of those good elements where they were a tight checking team. And one thing that I haven't liked after wins this year, and I think has been hard to sustain their success, was they get too pass happy after a win. Because usually when they win, they score a lot, right? And now, okay, we're the Harlem Globetrotters on ice, and it's the extra pass machine. Here we go. They got to play with pace. But they can't pass away their chances like they threatened to against Vegas.
And I think tonight against the Avalanche, a team that dominates puck possession, they're going to have it themselves. And I don't want the Oilers to be reserved in that, but they got to be aware that they're going to get their opportunities. They're going to get their moments. They need to shoot the puck. They need to take advantage of said opportunities. And that's the only way you're going to beat a team like the Colorado Avalanche. And you mentioned the Connor Ingram. I loved his quote there, the 2-hour rule post-game. You're going to enjoy it for 2 hours, and then you turn the page and you move on. And he moves on to the crease tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. Another start here for Connor Ingram, and I don't want to have to talk about it. We have enough. You've written several articles about it. The Tristan Jarry situation, it's a weird one, maybe one that's been overblown a little too much. If you're new here or been living under a rock, there's been discussions. I think Bob started them all and then kind of went, wow, this is getting a little out of overblown. And I went, you're the one that started it.
I didn't mean it.
But you combine that, he said there was some barking going on the ice between Jarry and possibly some players. Elliot Friedman also was writing about it. You then have Jason Gregor, where he said at practice he saw Tristan Jarry allowing more goals than he's seen a goaltender allow in a very long time. And it's just, you combine all these things with the poor play on the ice, his comments after the Minnesota game a while ago. It's an ugly situation. It's been ugly recently. But I want to be positive about this because it feels like Chris Knoblauch here is, the message has been sent that Connor Ingram is without a doubt the number one goaltender here for the Edmonton Oilers. You're a believer that he's still going to find a way to pigeonhole Jarry in here. Brett, can you pull up the schedule for the rest of March? Just because I think when you look at this, once again, they have to give Jarry his opportunities, but he's not going to have many here because you see you've got a back-to-back situation coming up later this week with Dallas and St. Louis, and then every other game for the rest of the month has rest between it. I'm sure that Nobby will find places to put Jarry in here, but let's say, once again, he's not even playing tonight, and this is a pregame show, so we shouldn't even have this negative discussion, but it thoroughly feels like to me, Menzies, that he's the odd man out right now. Nobby has sent that message, and for good reason, man. You'd be an idiot to not be rolling out Connor Ingram right now, especially against the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, and I think that's where the results will dictate sort of what happens. But with 8 games in 14 nights, we're going to see Tristan Jarry at minimum 2 times, maybe even 3 times down the stretch. We've never seen Knoblauch ride, quote unquote, a goaltender like Skinner a bit in the first season. But, in terms of linking off, look,
but if we had a goaltender play this bad, Jack Campbell, who then got bought out.
Jack Campbell of just a couple of years ago.
Look at those Ingram numbers, though, baby.
Well, of course. And look, I was on the Ingram train early. I'm an Ingram fan. I like Connor Ingram. But I feel like this is going to be very results dependent, right? I mean, if
Win and you're in, keep the net type deal.
Yeah,
you play good and you keep the net type deal.
They're going to split the crease Thursday, Friday. I don't see a scenario where they don't. And I tend to think, in an ideal world, Ingram tonight, Ingram in Dallas Thursday, Jarry gets the Blues Friday. Again, a Blues team that's winning a lot lately because you play again Sunday. You come home, you play the Predators. Oh, and then, by the way, day off. Oh, big divisional tilt, the Sharks. Oh, day off. By the way, Stanley Cup final rematch.
Emotional game.
Day off. Oh, by the way, maybe one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, Tampa Bay Lightning. So I know we've looked at the 4-game stretch, but even just this this fortnight of activity, don't tell Patrick Laine. He's out of the lineup. It's a fortnight of activity, And we'll see how they get deployed. I think it's going to be game by game.
This is a very tough stretch in the month of March for the Edmonton Oilers, and it kicks off tonight with the toughest matchup there could be in the entire NHL. On paper, this is a mismatch. So one team, the Avs, sit 28 points up on the final last wildcard spot in the Western Conference, while the Oilers sit 3 points up on that last wildcard spot. The Avs have been a straight-up wagon from the get-go, man. It's been a front-to-back type situation. Feel like a lock for the President's Trophy. Hopefully, I just jinxed him as I said that. 95 points, 62 games. We talked about it a lot today on ONE, but look at these numbers. It's unbelievable. And then the one statistical anomaly that just makes no sense. But the Avs, first in goals for, 3.79. First in goals against, 2.42. They're third on the PK, but somehow, some way, are 31st on the power play. It's wild. We had Jesse Montano from Guerrilla Sports on ONE earlier today, and he's like, man, even I don't have an explanation for it. He believes that last year when they played Dallas and they lost in that playoff series, that the power play lacking was a big part of it. Ty went back and looked at the numbers the last several seasons.
Yeah.
The Avs have just, for some reason, it isn't clicking on the power play, which just makes no sense when you think about that, but it is what it is. Jay's strategy today was take 10 minor penalties and see if the Oilers can score some shorties, which Jesse Montano did weirdly enough agree with. So who knows? Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for them. They've already been a wagon. And then they go out at the trade deadline. They acquired Nazem Kadri after what feels like the deadline went. Another reason, always tune in to the DFO trade deadline show after the window closes. But they said, fuck them picks this year. They acquired Kadri.
Fax machine kept printing.
It kept going. Out. It didn't run out of ink. They should see ink. I also talked on last episode that printers are valuable.
Probably have a laser jet. Damn shame we don't have one around here.
You just Max Crosby'd your way out of the deal. I can't believe it.
But they got Kadri. They got Nick Waugh. They got Brett Kulak, my boy. They got Nick Blankenberg. And, I mean, we'll take a look at their lineup later. They are missing Landeskog and Arturi Lehkonen tonight. But this team, when fully healthy, has an embarrassment of riches right now. And fear is what comes to mind when I think about the Colorado Avalanche. Menzies, do you agree?
Yeah, they're a good team. They're pretty slick. I was looking at just how good they are 5-on-5. They're absurdly good. They are historically good.
Earmuffs.
Their goal share, which is just how often they're scoring 5-on-5 versus the opposition, 64.79% goal share. A lot of teams are in the 50, 52, or in the 40s, whatever. This is the highest goal share that I can find.
Where are we?
You don't want to know. I think it's a good 10 to 12% less
Sounds about right.
than that. This goal share is higher than the Bruins, who set the National Hockey League record for points goal share that they had by 1%, if that were to hold. So, yeah, they have a plus 79 goal diff 5-on-5. As you allude to, the power play doesn't score. 5-on-5, they get it done. So, look, it's an embarrassment of riches. They've obviously pushed the chips in. They get a guy like Blankenberg just to sit and watch, and he's been good. He didn't even play Sunday. And but just 12-8-2 in their last 22 games.
I'm pretty sure they've also won 5 in a row, though.
They were 31-2-7 at one point. No, they had a run where they weren't so hot.
Also, post winter games, I'm still saying it, not the big O. Their power play is at 20%, not 15%.
Sounds beatable.
Gradual improvements.
Sounds beatable.
And
Sound beatable.
Although they beat Dallas and although they beat Minnesota in their last 2 games, no Landeskog, no Lehkonen. Injuries are the great equalizer, and for their long term, that's an issue. But for tonight, they're out. So.
And that just allows Nazem Kadri to play on the first line wing with McKinnon and Natchez.
Yeah.
Shit.
Pretty good.
We did just mention some new guys. First things first, I want to give an ad read. GMC Truck Month going on right now. Shout out to them. It's Truck Month, and that means it's your opportunity to get into a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab at 0% financing for 72 months. You're getting a 2-inch factory lift with off-road suspension, a powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and a commanding presence that demands attention on the road. New guy Jason Dickinson actually spoke to the media pre-game talking about the challenges that you are presented with when you have to take on Nathan MacKinnon and the Colorado Avalanche. He knows well, playing in the Central Division. Bert, let's take a listen.
I'm excited for the challenge. I love getting the best, so my mindset going into it doesn't change from game to game per se, but I know that I have to be extremely sharp because it doesn't take much for MacKinnon, Nichus, even Kadri. You know, these guys, you give them a little bit and they take a lot. So my attention to detail, my stick positioning, my habits on my route as a centerman, all those things come into effect when you're playing against these guys, because if you're off by a foot, that's all they need to create a scoring chance.
I've now only had my eyes on Dickinson for one game, but I really liked what I saw Sunday night against the Golden Knights. Also, that's the most hockey smile I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Instantly, he's in my heart. Let's go, Dickie. Let's go now. Do you need to know info? Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Made from 100% Alberta beef, their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. And they gladly fill orders of any size. You can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location, or visit WilhaukBeefJerky.com. Edmonton is 4-3-3 in their last 10 against Colorado. That's why I like overtime in this one. But they got shellacked earlier this season, 9-1. Don't even want to talk about it. I was in Dominican, and we talked about today on O&E in the chat, the funniest game in the world. We had Waz and Brett do that post-game show.
That's right.
Late at night, just the two of them. I felt like I threw them to the wolves. And there I am, pretty buzzed up at that point. Oh, yeah, it has the laughing face. We didn't even designate it with an L. That was a dark point in the season, and you would have thought that was the low point. Nope. It arguably got much, much worse, but
I think it's fair to call that the low point.
I don't know, man. There's been some. Let's not even do that.
Yeah, we don't need to compare.
Show is about
we don't need to compare.
But chat, where do you think was the low point of the season? Brett, let's go to standings watch now, because there are a lot of hockey games being played this evening. So, Brett, I believe we had it. I brought it in the graphic at the very back there. It is a fully loaded schedule. My, oh my, and there's a lot of active games going on right now. So, I mean, here, just bear with me as we do this. So this is what the night was going to be. The Kings, for games that matter for the Edmonton Oilers, they're tied 1-1 with 4.5 minutes to go in the third period with the Boston Bruins. The Sharks losing 5-3 to the Buffalo Sabres right now.
Buffalo.
What up? And other ones that concern us, scrolling down. The Stars up 2-1 on the Golden Knights. 5 minutes left in the second period. The Minnesota Wild up 2-0 on the Utah Mammoth. That's good for the boys too. And then I believe end of the first, Ducks Jets is 0-0 right now. Oil taking on the Avalanche. You got Nashville taking on the Kraken. Tune into After Dark later tonight, where we will have an updated standings watch for you, because it basically feels like playoff hockey right now with all this positioning. And had the Oilers just won a couple games earlier this season, specifically maybe against the Flames, it would have been better. But here you get a look at the standings heading into this evening. The Oilers, 2 back of Vegas, 3 back of Anaheim for the division lead. But they're only 3 up on Seattle, who has 2 games in hand on the Oilers. But once again, they're taking on the Predators later on this evening. Edmonton, they've won 2 straight on the road in Ball So Hard Arena, and they are 3-1-1 in their last 5 when they go to Denver. Other notes, and it's crazy how we just kind of forget about it. McDavid's on an 18-game road point streak right now, where he has 33 points in that stretch, 11 goals. I like McDavid to shoot the puck tonight. I know his hands may be a little bit messed up. He hasn't been shooting it as much post-winter games. I just feel McDavid versus MacKinnon, there's going to be points where he wants to do it himself. Am I crazy for that?
1 goal in his last 7? I think
tonight that changes.
Something like that. Yeah. No, look. This is the type of game. They know the quality. They know they're playing a good team. They're taking the ice for them. I think McDavid's going to shoot the pill a little bit more tonight. Yeah,
Let's go.
For sure.
That's positive for Bordzy's bankroll. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Your check will be in the mail later on. I appreciate that. Okay. Connor Ingram, once
coming
again.
in nickels in a big
I gave you all $5 bills for $100.
Drawstring sack. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Ingram starts for the Oilers, up through an .892 save percentage, coming off a great performance against Vegas. The other side of your need to know, the Avalanche, they're really, really good. 43-10-9, first in the Central, first in the West, first in the entire NHL, but they have a dog shit power play, so at least we got that going for us right now. They're 8-2-0 in their last 10, 6 wins in 7 games post-winter games, currently on a 5-game win streak. Did you just do what I thought you did right there? Yes, you did. Out of the corner of my eye.
Sipping my
They beat Chicago 3 on the 5-game win streak. Chicago 3-1, LA 4-2, Anaheim 5-1. They beat Dallas 5-4 in a shootout when they were down 4-2. Came all the way
irrelevant.
back. You're damn right. And then 3. Also, your Trump call in on the voicemail the other night. Glorious.
Wasn't my best Trump.
I want
Wasn't my
Trumpula.
best Trump.
Tonight might be a Trumpula night. If this goes
Well, I need
if
the
Oilers
makeup.
win, will you bust it out?
I need the character. Yeah.
Don't test me. I'll go and grab some right now.
Any makeup artist in the chat that can get down to dog patch by that time. Injury-wise, Landeskog, he's out. He's been banged up since March 6th, deemed week to week with a lower body injury. Arturi Lehkonen, also deemed week to week with an upper body injury, and he got banged up in March 2nd. Kadri, though, just slides in on the top line wing and bing, bada, bang, bada, boom. In his debut, he did register 1 assist as well.
And further to that, obviously we're talking about the Avs game tonight, but you look at the stars. Rantanen, going to be out a couple of weeks. Hintz. Oh, my foot's sore. Well, he's out.
Mark Stone, he's injured, taking some, some big
there's the health is arriving at the right time.
His foot's still sore?
No, I think it's something else, but I'm sure it's a big boo-boo.
Didn't he break it and then play the next
day?
Allegedly
broke it. Nathan MacKinnon, also really good at hockey, has 104 points on the season in 61 games played. Second in the NHL, only behind our Lord and Savior, Connor McJesus. However, really feels like McKinnon's got the inside track on that MVP award, the Hart Memorial. Those are really good numbers. He also leads the entire NHL with 43 goals, and I believe he is 6 up on second place Cole Caulfield coming into tonight. And then Cale Makar, he's good too, 66 points. He's third for defenseman in the NHL. And then Mackenzie Blackwood, he's going to get the start, 18-6-1 record. 235 goals against, 911 save percentage. But in that comeback win against the Dallas Stars, Blackwood was yanked in that one. He allowed 4 goals on 11 shots. They still ended up winning that hockey game. So he's coming off a bad performance, and the Oilers, hopefully, they can get to him. Let's go now. Oodle Noodle, home team lineup brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Menzies, you missed out Sunday night. That's not a night anybody wants to cook. That's a night for ordering in. And I got Oodle Noodle for the entire pre and post.
I saw that, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, I took Oodle Noodle leftovers home Friday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I had a weekend of nudes my way.
Nice. Send nudes. Send nudes to your loved ones. Oodles of nudes, that is. Of course, download the app today. Earn loyalty rewards points when you do so. Bert, throw up the projected lineup this evening. We saw it earlier this morning at Morning Skate. Top line, Nuge, McDavid, Zach Hyman. Your second line, Bordzy, who is just an unbelievable player. I love that he's been getting so much shine over the last, 36 hours from Oilers fans. Shout out Peyton. Had an awesome video that went on Instagram.
Buddy, it just starts like, do you remember when the Edmonton Oilers got... We've all been talking about it. We got it before. We never shut up about it, to be honest. But, no, he did a great video and put goals in. Scores! Silly.
I also, during Peyton's video, I went, that sounds a lot like the Zach Lang article or something I read earlier.
There's been a lot of put goals of content. We love him, but he looks like the guy who was projected to go as high as maybe top 5 in his draft year. We've talked about it before. He was the best player at the 2018 World Junior A Challenge.
Top 3, potentially.
Yeah. Craig Button, who I interviewed for a depth conversation at the time, was doing his button thing like, I think this guy can go top 3.
Craig knows. Craig knows. There was Pods in his last game, 2 shots on goal. 1 goal where he just said, fuck it, I'll do it myself, taking it all the way from the D zone, breakaway, tucking it. It was a beautiful thing. Oh, yeah, let's get it. Yeah, Brett, nice work, brother.
Boop.
And he's off to the races. Pod Colson, wait for it, scores, because it takes a second
Yes,
to cross the
sir,
line.
Pud Colson.
Shout out to Ned Lukasevich and shout out to Sean Panganiban. But Brett, go back to the lineup for a second. We only got through the second line.
Score.
Boys got sidetracked. It's okay. You don't apologize.
Good
That's
on
it.
what's his nuts there, Roslovic.
To not.
Yeah.
Except I was very nervous that was going to get cleared off the goal line.
Yeah, but he knew. And
Hey.
he didn't disturb the puck upon its path into the net. Good on Roslovic.
Speaking of Roslovic, continuing with that second line, it's Leon as the 2C, Roslovic on the right wing, and then your bottom 6, Matt Savoy with Jason Dickinson and Kasperi Cheeks Klappinen. And then the fourth line, brother, Colton Dock with Josh Szymanski and Trent Frederick. So Adam Henrique expected to be out once again tonight. He's banged up with a knee injury, blocked a shot, I believe, Friday against the Carolina Hurricanes. Not feeling too hot right now, but Szymanski stepped in just fine on Sunday
Rest
night.
up, Adam.
You know what?
Don't push it.
that
We
thing-
wish you
that
a
thing really hurts.
nice, long recovery.
No, we're gonna need him in the NHL playoffs. So let's not do that.
Yeah.
There was some negative talk from Liam today on ONE. It's like that's a dangerous game to be playing, boys. Also, I mean, granted, looking at Rico and Street close
Lazar
up
will be
top.
back with him, though.
Hey, we'll need him. We'll need
Still.
him if there's an
No.
injury.
We will need
Yes,
him.
and there very well could be.
Everyone's on the team. They're on the team. They need
Until
to be
they're
called
not.
upon to contribute.
Once an Oiler, still an Oiler, always an Oiler.
Yeah.
D pairings, Eklund with Bouchard, Jake Wallman with Connor Murphy, and Darnell Nurse with Ty Emerson. A lot of talk about the fourth line from Sunday night because they were incredible. There's the graphic. They played 448 together. Shots were 3-1. Goals were 1-0. Scoring chances 6-2. 3 hits combined. And then an expected goals for percentage of 89.11%. The nerds, they be loving that. I'm also one of the nerds. Now, there's a lot of people talking about they need more minutes, they need more minutes, they need more minutes. Yes, I think you could definitely stand to give them a couple. It's always tough when you look at their total ice time when none of these fourth-line guys kill penalties for the Oilers. That's an entirely different discussion. But Chris Knobloch spoke to the media earlier today talking about how well that fourth line played and how he can try to fit them in. Let's just take a listen to this first, and then we can react to it.
Do you feel like with Dickinson the goal is to be more of a 4-line team now that you have a little more stability to your lines, or is that something you want to be? Is that something you want to do?
Well, having Dickinson definitely adds to that. He's a good all-round player. You look at how well he's played in his first 2 games with us. We've been very happy with that. We would like to have everyone involved in the game, contributing. It makes it a little more difficult with the ice time. You've got McDavid's 20 plus. There's Draisaitl 20 plus. Dickinson can be 15 plus. There's not much left over. That's not to say that we don't have a good fourth line. We want them contributing. It's just tough for just having enough ice time to go around.
So if Connor gets 20 minutes and Leon gets 20 minutes and Dickinson gets 15 minutes, how could I possibly fit anybody else into the lineup? You're the guy that sets the lineup, Nobby. Verbal meme here. We're all trying to find the guy who did this. And how could I possibly find more ice time for these guys? It's frustrating to hear. Right before I played that clip, Menzies goes, oh.
Well, because I knew I listened to him earlier today, and I was,
My hands are tied.
Yeah,
How could I possibly
what
figure
can I
out this
do?
conundrum?
What can I possibly do? And that did the end of the game frustrated me a little bit against Vegas. Look, they score the goal, and Doc, I think, had 5 shifts after. He boxes out, what's his pickle there on Vegas? Lazon.
Yep.
Boxes
And
him
talked
out.
his junk to him.
Yeah, and so Frederick can be alone in the slot all open by himself. They get a power play up 2 goals, and Jack Michaels is doing his whole, well, we got to be careful here on the power play. And I don't know, they tried to fit every pass through a stick-filled seam that they could in that power play. It gets cleared with halfway through the power play. They don't change. They go back out, and then next thing you know, it's a fire drill in the D zone. And obviously the Bouchard pass is awful. But someone should have been standing there. He's auto-passing because that's the outlet that they always take. And McDavid's flying around the net, and it was just far too lackadaisical. But all the big boys essentially played that last 5 minutes, even when they expanded the lead.
Look at Leon when you get the behind the net angle.
Look at what Connor's doing. Look, far be it from me.
You'll see it here when it comes back
McDavid,
as well. We put it on O-N-E. Look at Leon. So he's battling here. He's with Eichel. Completely. Oh,
they're all.
Guess where he's
why
going?
are they all below the goal line?
Guess where he's going?
Anywho,
now they still won the game,
Yeah,
and
I
I do want to push back as well because, like, at the end of the day, if your fourth liners don't kill penalties, they are going to have way less time on ice. You could find opportunities to fit them more 5v5. I don't know if you'll see that tonight against the Avalanche if the Oilers end up trailing this game. Also, if Nobby's just your coach in general, because he can't seem to solve that conundrum right there. I'd like to see a little bit of an increase. I feel like they earned a little bit in the last game, but nothing crazy by any means. But I don't know. I just thought that was a hilarious clip. And also, I think you should leave. And I like the verbal meme, or the physical meme, I guess, actually.
It's just, it's a feel thing during the game. Yeah. Like, that line is winning. So you can give them a little bit more and give them a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? There doesn't need to be the set run. First line, second line, third line, fourth line, first line, second line, third line, fourth line. Look, it's not, U7 hockey. Like, we understand there's going to be a discrepancy, but it's just that feel thing, and I didn't like how much of it had to be on the top 6 at the end of the game. That was my one critique of the game was kind of the end and that deployment. We'll see. Tonight is all about foot speed. The Avalanche are fast. They play a crisp north-south brand of hockey. And so I want to see how everyone has their boots moving tonight. And that's where you might see, a wider discrepancy of minutes because, I haven't seen Doc skate that often. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Dickinson's foot speed that much, yet. So that's what I'm curious to watch tonight in terms of how much time they play, their deployment, all that stuff.
Let's see if the new boys can keep up. I loved what I saw in that game Sunday night from all the new guys. Jason Dickinson felt like a steadying, calming presence on the PK, and same with Connor Murphy as well, exactly as advertised. And then Colton Dock getting in on that goal and then barking and talking shit, having to be pulled away by the rest of the boys. I'm a simple man, and I eat that stuff up with my own fork and knife. So I'm all about that. On the back end, it's very, you have to laugh, because if not, I'll cry. I think it is very funny from a wider point of view that for so long we have talked about as Oilers fans. We got to shore up that right side of the defense. We got to figure it out. We finally get Connor Murphy in, fits in well. And then all of a sudden, you've got a sick Matthias Ekholm. You've got Jake Wallman, who can't find his game. And then you got Darnell Nurse on the third pair, playing 23 minutes. I hope Matthias Ekholm feels better today. He had an illness Sunday night's game. He only played 14 minutes in that one. And I don't want to be negative, but Jake Wallman, he got to figure it out. Darnell Nurse, he got to find some semblance of figuring it out.
Well, it's been 3 straight games for Wallman where there's one point in the game where he is keeled over, visibly in pain, and he's obviously cutting his way through it. And I'm not, anytime somebody's struggling, it's is he hurt? But look, the last 3 games, we've seen him on his face, keeled over, and he got absolutely
He got crunched, scorpion into the boards.
Yeah, so it doesn't help, that's for sure.
Is he hurt or is he injured?
It's a hell of a long way from the heart.
That's a different thing.
No, for sure. He can obviously play. He's playing, right? And, there
was a weird situation. Remember when he didn't play in the third period? Was that against Ottawa? I forget what team that was. And then Nobby was like, it was because he was banged up. And then Jake Wallman was like, no, I wasn't banged up type dealio. Weird one. you're labored. You're a little bit banged up right now because that'll at least make me feel better about
But
it.
how good was Murphy? How good? Didn't we love some Murphy?
Ooh, I'm all about that right now. And once again, it is new toy syndrome. I know that about myself. I fall in love with the new toy very quickly, but that's just a calming, steadying presence on the backhand. Right-handed shot, big body. Nothing fancy about his game. And once again, I'm a simple man. I love that.
Great feet.
You're all about the feet.
You
Brett's
love
a
his
foot
feet.
guy. Brett's a foot guy recently.
Evidently.
Pod's got some good feet as well, we saw.
Love good feet.
And then once again, I guess other thing you could add on to the Oilers lines. Vasily Podkolzin, say the obvious boards, he's the heart and soul of this Edmonton Oilers team. He's the heartbeat, featuring Matt Savoy a little bit right now, where it feels like those guys, no matter what, they are rolling on the left side. Let's go now.
Briefly about Podkolzin, so he's one back of McDavid and Draisaitl for 5-on-5 goals on the team, which is remarkable. And he's 37th in the NHL in 5-on-5 goals. So it goes to show you, we see huge stat numbers, obviously from the big boys, but he's feeding his family 5-on-5. You love to see it.
And he's getting it done with Leon Draisaitl, without Leon Draisaitl. And regardless of the points, Pods is effective no matter where you put him. And we're starting to see the evolution where if they want him to be, he can drive play on his own line all he wants. And
he's so Craig McTavish.
$2.95 million for 3 more seasons starting next year.
Yeah.
That's some fine work, Stan. That's some fine work. Let's go now. Starting goaltender report brought to you by Dog Patch. I regret to inform you, if you didn't get your Nation Night Out tickets already, it's sold out, all in support of Kaleo Collective, Friday the 13th. Also, that's my buddy's birthday, Friday, March 13th. But Brett, you've met my other buddy, Brett. Oh, yeah. Brett met Brett. You've been in Brett's home, Brett. Shout out Brett Squared. It's going to be a good one. Menzies going to be there. Brett going to be there. I'm going to be there. Intern Tristan going to be there. And then karaoke we discussed earlier. All right, we'll do that. No, let's do that up here. Yeah, let's do that up here. Lance, you coming?
We spend, why not spend more time here?
I feel, since I went home earlier today, I feel so refreshed being here right now.
You have legitimate pep in your step.
I got a glow. And I'm not pregnant. I'm just glowing. It's also just a little bit of sweat. But I do have my personal fan on me. Bert, throw it up. Tell the tape between the two goaltenders. Ingram versus Blackwood. Ingram, 2.78 goals against with an .892 save percentage. Blackwood, 235 goals against with a .911. For Ingram, it's his net once again, as it should be, in my opinion. A lot of games. That is a good point for the next fortnight. 14 days, we could see a mix of Ingram and Jari. As much as I might not want to see that, we looked through the schedule earlier. Go Ingram, go Kingram. He is Himgram. And on the other side, Blackwood, just talking about it earlier today, thinking about it earlier today with Ty and Liam and discussing, man, you remember when the Avs completely revamped their goaltending last season, and then
so did we.
Yeah, maybe we're just a year behind. Maybe next year it'll kick
revamped
in, because Blackwood has unbelievable numbers. Scott Wedgwood has even better numbers,
yes.
And I understand they're definitely a product of the defense in front of them. Colorado is first in goals allowed in the entire season. But damn it, man, that could have been us. There's a lot of discussion about Blackwood last year. I was never fully on the train. Hindsight is 2020. But it's wild. You look at Wedgwood and Blackwood, Wood squared. They're both unbelievable, man. And I think I have the numbers here. It's Wedgwood is first in the NHL in goals against, and he's second in save percentage as the backup. And then you got Blackwood. He's 12th in save percentage, 4th in goals against. Doesn't matter who's in the net. They're both really good.
Look, they got Woods, and we got Knob and Dix. So game on, man. Game.
Fight fire with fire, brother.
We'll bring in Jay Woodcroft back just for this one tonight. We'll match your Wood.
Then we got a Woody.
Ken Hitchcock's coming. I'm flying him down. I mean, come on.
And then we're all going to finish Victor Foss.
I'm trying to think of any other dick puns.
So
that I can
a
make
couple
with
things. Ingram with his ninth win, now his sole possession of 27th all time in Oilers wins.
Your tweet was so funny. Tell the people what it said.
So there's an Oiler account that posts Oiler top 50 stats. I had stumbled upon it, and it said, I want to get it. I'll get it verbatim correct, quote it
Menzies
properly.
is just as funny on X.com. You should give him a follow.
I've been starting to tweet again. I'm
getting
so
in.
streaky.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Shout out live producer
See,
Brett
well,
Holden.
producing on the fly. I've said it before. Ingram is a top 27 goaltender in franchise history, and you know what? I'll defend that to anyone.
Ever since I known you, you've been screaming that from the rooftop.
You know, I say I could see him being top 25 by the season's end.
Speaking of Victor Foss, these right there.
That's right.
And hey, his Corsi needs to be better. There's Jim Corsi.
Jim Corsi, the
That's-
originator
it's named-
of the Corsi stats
Yeah.
himself. So there you go. And the one other thing I was going to say is that Knobloch, it must be their nickname in the room, or Knobloch obviously has extended history with the Ingrams. He called Ingram Ingo in his post game. Ingo.
I don't know.
Ingo. Like that kind of works.
No.
Chat, let me know. What do you feel about that?
Connor, Leon, Evan, and Ingo. Trying to make a Ringo Beatles. They're not all good, okay? You know, we try, we move on.
They're not all perfect. All right, let's go now to what could be a perfect lineup if they were fully healthy, but it's not tonight. The Colorado Avalanche lineup, Brett, brought to you by nobody. So we can go right into it here. What we expect to see this evening. Top line, you see it, Nazem Kadri with Nathan MacKinnon and Marty Necas. Then your second line, as you have Ross Colton with Brock Nelson and Valerie Nichushkin. Third line, Parker Kelly with Nick Waugh and Gavin Brindley. Your fourth line, Zakhar Bardakov with Jack Drury and Joel Kiviranta. Your deep pairings, we know them, Devin Taves and Cale Makar, Josh Manson with Brent Burns, and an old friend who does need a jersey number here on dailyfaceoff.com. I'll make a couple calls to disrespect. He's on the third pair with Sam Malinsky. So obviously, the biggest trade of the day on the deadline was without a doubt Nazem Kadri. And when this team, the Avs, they are missing Arturi Lehkonen, they're missing Gabriel Landeskog. It's an embarrassment of riches because you look down the middle, they still have Nelson. They've got new acquisition Nick Waugh. You got Jack Drury on the fourth line. They can just throw Kadri on the top line with McKinnon and Marty Necas. He also has plenty of chemistry. Here you see his numbers with the Avalanche in his career. He obviously won a Stanley Cup back in 2022. This sucks that he is back on the Avalanche.
I'm just seeing now there's...
change?
No, Nichushkin's out. They just found him, posted a video with a substance.
Careful.
So he's actually not in tonight.
Ah, no.
It appears there's a woman in the room, but she was speaking Russian. So
Jesus Christ.
We can't...
Pull back.
We don't know what you're saying.
He's unavailable.
All right, I don't know where to go with that. I'm sure he will be in the lineup, but Brett, pull up the lineup once again for me if you can. Because this is a revenge game once again for our boy Brett Kulak. This is his third team this season. It felt like years ago we knew that in his UFA season, Brett Kulak was obviously a trade candidate. You feel for the guy because he was dealt from Edmonton. He's been dealt from Pittsburgh. And now he's here, stretch run for the Colorado Avalanche, which... I mean, you know Bordzy's going to say this, but I think he is the perfect third pairing defenseman for the NHL playoffs. This guy's an Iron Man. He can fit in whatever role you want. Obviously, he's not a point getter. I miss him. I love him. And if the Avalanche do, in fact, win the Stanley Cup this season, which they won't, but in whatever world that he does, I'm always going to cheer for my boy Brett Kulak. You couldn't pay me to hate this guy. It's just, once again, simple man, Aaron Bordato, simple play. Brett Kulak.
No, we're both on the Kulak love train. You know, I really appreciate his time as an Edmonton Oiler. He's a great player, and he's maybe had the greatest season of teammates one could have in terms of McDavid, Draisaitl, Crosby, Malkin, and McKinnon, Makar. It's quite the single season teammates.
That actually is insane. Good for him. I hope he got some game-worn stuff from Sid, game from Evgeny Malkin, because that man cave at the end of his career could be one of the greatest man caves you've
I
ever
hope
seen.
they got some game-used stuff from him because
Amen. I have some
there's only one Brett Kulak.
personally autographed stuff from Brett Kulak somewhere in this office. Actually, no, I did. I think I got brought it home when he got traded. Yeah, when he got... It's hung up on the ceiling, so when I go to bed, I just look right at it. Let's go now. Bordzy's bankroll. Once again, puck drop's going to be at 8:17 tonight, so I'm sure we can go over a little bit here and talk some bets. Bankroll brought to you by Bet365. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Whatever the moment.
It's never ordinary.
At Bet365. Download the app today. Use the code NATION. The bankroll went 3 for 3 on Sunday.
It did, yeah.
I've been hot. I hit 2 UFC parlays on Saturday that I didn't even end up watching. I don't even watch the UFC. So when you're hot, you're hot. And I wasn't getting crazy with it this evening because it is the Colorado Avalanche. Bert, you got it here for me. My picks, McDavid, you get it done for me, brother. 3 shots on goal at -180. He has not been shooting the puck recently. But in his career against the Avalanche, he has played 25 career regular season games. He has 95 shots on goal over that 25-game stretch, 3.8 per game. There's something about McDavid versus MacKinnon, and when you're watching, I always say it jokingly, MacKinnon being selfish out there. McDavid, I want him to be selfish tonight, and I want him to rip the puck. If he does that, I like his odds to get 2+ points at -105. That's really as good as you're going to get for Connor McDavid. I always say if it has a plus sign, it's an auto smash. -105 is pretty good. And then I really didn't know where else to go. It's again not maybe betting-wise the most confident tonight, but I am drinking Kool-Aid. I just went with a Leon 1+ point, -365. So if that's the one that kills me, I will be pissed. Parlayed together. It's only +200. Just trying to see one go through the hoop tonight, seeing if I can hit back-to-back games, going 3 for 3 on the bankroll. But you said it earlier, unprompted, you like McDavid to shoot the puck tonight.
Yeah, I do. I do. I think there's... Look, when you have this many of the world's best players out on the same sheet of ice, I think he's going to be buzzing, and I think he's going to take some of that onus on himself tonight. So I do like that call. Somebody was calling for the under in the chat. I don't. I get it. We finally had a game under 7 for total. Again, because of the coward there in Vegas. But I don't know. This feels very 4-3, 5-4 type of game. In fact, like the path to victory for Edmonton in all likelihood is scoring 4+ goals. Like that's their path to victory, I think, in this game.
Tied after regulation, +350. I'm going to sprinkle on that. There's something about 8:17 local time puck drop here for us. The Avalanche, the Oilers, there's a lot of history of going to OT. I'm going to sprinkle on that one as well.
Oh, my God. We're not going live till midnight, aren't we?
Oh, no, we're not. Hour 3 of ONAD is going to be sleep deprived. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be good. But now, if we're talking about sprinkling on Bet365,
Time to sprinkle.
Time for the wheel. If you're new here, responsibly, we throw all Oilers skaters on the wheel and we spin it not once, but twice. The first one is for first goal scorer, not just for the Oilers, for the entire hockey game. And then we'll remove that player, and then we're going to spin it for an anytime goal scorer. So without further ado, my boy Brett Holden, can you give me a shuffle?
Thank you. I
We
appreciate
should get a
that.
sound effect that you can do like the cards. Like,
Yeah, there we
we
go.
can do that now. I got such a good new producer on our new
It's unbelievable
software.
the
How
job
good's
he's
Brett
done.
been?
He's
I've
been
always-
great.
He's been fantastic.
I've always
Fantastic.
been here. I've always been here. Sorry.
You knew here?
It's Jim Carrey's clone.
All right, you ready for the prompt? Spin that wheel.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Ty Emerson.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Sit. Push. Push.
Push.
Yeah.
Push.
Oh.
All right. Well, once again, we're doing this responsibly because weeks ago we hit Jack Roslovic first goal scorer.
So we're up.
And I put enough that
Plus
we're up.
5,000.
We are up. So Josh Szymanski, first goal scorer. I got plus 4,000 here on Bet365. Shout out to
I'm
them.
not going to say that there's another book that's got +5, but
There you go. Don't say that. Absolutely.
Nope.
So Szymanski, first
But this
goal scorer.
moment is ordinary. It's never ordinary.
It's never
at
ordinary on Bet365. All right, so you remove him,
That would
Brett,
be
from the wheel.
Nails.
If you'd be so nice. Thank you very much.
Quick shuffle.
Why'd I get logged out?
Uh-oh.
We got till 8:17.
Yeah, you're fine.
We got plenty of time. All right, Bert, now for an anytime goal scorer for the Edmonton Oilers. Spin that wheel.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, give it to me.
Come on, push.
Give it to me.
Yes.
Love that. Love
Those
that.
are two great picks. I love it.
Yeah.
One super fun, and this one we're going to be in for the entire game. Zach Hyman for an anytime goal
Take
scorer.
Szymanski anytime, just in case the wheel got a little
You got a little discombobulated.
confused. Yeah.
The wheel is just, so sometimes we need to also cover for it. Zach Hyman anytime plus 190 on Bet365.
Your number's better.
So you got to like that. Okay, hammered that one. And then we're doing Josh Szymanski, which leads me to ask, gentlemen, and the chat, what's the score prediction going to be? And give me an anytime goal scorer.
5-4. Not us, but the other team. But just
Don't
I
like
I
that.
feel we're going to
Don't
take them
like
the
that.
distance. I think it's going to be a good game. I think we're leaving the game feeling like good. Even
Positive
though we lost.
vibes?
Yeah.
Positive vibes
Yeah.
coming out of it?
I do think we show up tonight. I do.
Makes me feel good.
And I'm happy to be wrong. Not on that aspect, but on the result. Anytime. Kulak. Anytime. Revenge. Kulak.
Oh, man.
revenge.
A little sprinkled. Nothing crazy.
No, yeah, just a
8
little.
plus 1,800.
It's like Cody Cece. It's just doing your
And
due
he's my guy.
diligence.
He's my guy.
Yeah.
That'd be messed up if I didn't do that. Brett, score prediction, anytime goal score?
4-3 Oil, and I have Trent Frederick with a goal. Why not?
Stay
Follow
hot,
the heater.
kid.
That
Yeah.
fourth line, give a little more minutes to them. Why not? Let's go Oil.
I'm going 5-4 on an Evan Bouchard. Brett, give me the...
Overtime winner.
Yeah.
So we both like 5-4 in OT.
I do. I like goals. I like Brett Kulak as my anytime goal
I
scorer.
like Lamp.
But I would also... You're just pointing out things in the room and saying you love them. I love the chat. I love every one of you. You guys were awesome in here today. Please do me a favor. Throw down your courtesy like on the way out. Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube channel and buckle up. Get a coffee. Get a Red Bull. Because it's going to be a late one tonight, folks. Menzies, me, Brett, intern Tristan. We will be here all night long breaking down what hopefully is good vibes on Oilers Nation After Dark, at least.
All night long. All night.
What if the
Brett.
Oilers return the favor 9-1?
That would be... That's a reality I haven't even considered for 1 second. But as I said earlier,
Alt lines.
read it tight, that'd be tight.
Alt
That'd be tight.
lines.
There you go. All right, people, love you all. Once again, yeah, throw down the like, and we will talk in a little bit. Good luck on the Bet365 Battlegrounds. Over and out.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.